Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Many have asked for a wintertime storage and prep video, so thankfully Momotion has come out with a set of instructions. Let's go ahead and go over to the Momotion website and check out what their guidance is for wintertime storage of your Luba lawnmower. Here we are on the support.momotion.com website for their Luba winter maintenance article. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and check this out. So this was posted 12 days ago. I've been busy. I'm sorry, y'all. So to make sure your Luba will be in perfect condition for the next mowing season, let's check out these instructions. So the first thing you want to do for the preparation for winter storage is turn off all your scheduled tasks. So Luba will stay in the charger while you do the next step. So for this next step, we want to make sure Luba's battery is between 40 and 70% for long time storage. I'm not sure what chemistry they used, but for the most part, most chemistries in lithium batteries like to be in the middle. It's more stressful for them to be on one end or the other end. So if they're in the middle, that is the best place to store a lithium battery. Number 2 would be to remove the charging station. Unplug the charging station, loosen the ground screws, and obviously put it up in a storage area. Once you get the charging station removed, when the next mowing season comes, you are going to have to relocate the charging station. That way Luba knows where the charging station is in its little Luba world. So now we need to take care of the RTK reference station. So there's a few different scenarios here you can do to protect your RTK reference station for winter. And the first scenarios we're going to look at is leaving it in place, because a lot of people have mounted their RTK stations up high on top of a roof or on the side of your house, and it's not going to be easy to get up and down and remove them. So number 1 is protecting the RTK station with the plastic cover if you have it. And that's just making sure the plastic cover is installed and in place before winter time. So scenario 3.2 here is a scenario where you want to leave your RTK station out, but you do not have the factory Momotion plastic cover. So in that case, they suggest you unplug the reference station, wrap the power cable up around the top of it, remove the black antenna, place a desiccant on the RTK station to keep it dry, and then you cover the reference station with a plastic bag and tie a knot at the bottom. If you do not move the RTK reference station, you do not need to delete and recreate the task map for the next mowing season. As long as the reference station does not move during winter, your maps will be fine the next spring. So scenario 3.3 here is to take care of the reference station by removing the reference station if it's installed on a wall. Of course, we're going to unplug it, and then we're going to remove the station from the wall and mark the wall hole positions. When the next mowing season comes, install the RTK station back to its original position, and if you do everything in the exact location, you will not need to remap your area. So scenario 3-4 here is where we get into the map deleting situations. Take care of the RTK station by removing it if it's installed on a pole, and delete the map. So here's your example here. If it's installed on a pole, you just want to remove it from the pole and secure it for winter storage. So now we're going to clean Luba before we put it into storage. Now if you're going to spray it off, make sure the USB cover is sealed tight on the rear, because you could corrode that and let water inside if you're spraying it off and that's not sealed well. Make sure your Luba is powered off with the power 40 to 70%. We talked about that earlier. Clean Luba, the whole outer shell, wheels, and chassis with a wet towel or soft brush. You can wash Luba if you think it is too dirty. Now remember, don't turn Luba upside down to wash because Luba is only splash resistant. You can't have water pooling in this under area. The best place to clean Luba's bottom is with a brush and a screwdriver. You're going to want to remove the security key, and then you're going to want to take everything apart here. Just take off all the blades and the disc and give everything a good cleaning for the winter so it doesn't sit with this nasty grass in it all winter long, and it'll be good and ready to go as soon as spring rolls around. So you can see you take off the cutting disc as well here, and it makes it much easier to clean underneath. Don't use sharp objects when you're cleaning Luba because underneath these cutting plates here, see this is a cutting, well the plate is gone, but this is where the motor attaches to the bottom of the plate. And underneath here there's rubber seals, and you could cut those and allow water to get into Luba. So you have to be very careful about the rubber seals underneath this section right here. You don't want to cut those. So they're saying use a brush to clean all this out. After finishing the cleaning, install the cutting plates back. Now remember, if you need to get underneath this section a little bit better, before you power down Luba, you can double click the mow button and it will lower these blades one notch. So double click the mow button, it'll lower a section. Double click it again, it'll lower a little bit more. And that will allow you to get underneath here. Sometimes there is grass stuck up underneath this area that you need to get out. Okay, here's something I've never considered. You can add anti-rust lubricant on the rear joint. I probably won't be doing this unless it becomes a problem, but there you have it. That is another something you can do. Metal contacts should not touch any liquids. Clean the charging station and the RTK reference station. Clean the RTK reference station. Use a towel to clean the RTK reference station and remove the black antenna. You can also clean the charging station. Use a brush and a towel to clean the charging station, especially the IR part in the front and the charging pins. Make sure they're nice and clean. You can see that IR window right there and the charging pins. This person is wiping it off. Clean the bottom of the charging station. That's something I probably would have never thought of. So an easy way they suggest to pack Luba for winter is just to stuff everything back in the original box just like it came and then store it. You can store the package of Luba and accessories in a dry condition. They would like you to store it within -10 to 25 degrees C. That's 14 to 77 degrees F. Was this article helpful? Why, yes, it was. Wow, that was a lot of information. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now, the best thing to do is exactly what Motion said. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm leaving my RTK stations out because they're on the roof and I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not going to mess with that. Now, I will put my Luba into storage. Now I'm going to do exactly what they said with the battery because that is good advice. Lithium batteries like to be in the middle. So I'm going to charge Luba up to a 50 or 60% and I'm going to pull the pin out the back. That basically disconnects the battery from everything so there won't be any phantom drain throughout the winter time. So as a general rule of thumb for lithium batteries, they can get cold. What you do not want to do is try to charge a lithium battery if it's below freezing. That's where you could get damage. Now, if a lithium battery is just sitting idle in a cold area, it's fine. But don't try to charge it or use it if it's below freezing. So I'm going to store Luba outside here because it really doesn't get cold. I have a storage building I'm just going to throw it into. Now, if you live in the Arctic Circle or somewhere where it gets really cold, you may want to, after you clean Luba up, just put it in a closet in your house. You know, it's going to be out of the way and it'll keep Luba in a good temperature all winter. But being outside in storage will not really hurt Luba as long as it's protected from the elements. Just make sure you pull that little key out to keep any phantom drain from happening on the battery. Personally, I will also put up my charging station just because here at the house with the 3000, it's not really installed. It's just kind of just out there in the yard screwed down. So it won't really be a big deal to unscrew it and put it up in the storage shed either. Now, at my parents' house with the Luba 5000, the OG Luba 5000, I actually may just leave the charging station out all winter because it's underneath that little protective cover anyway. Now, I might take the AC adapter off of it and put the AC adapter block inside the house. But I really don't think I'm going to take the time to move their charging station. I've had a Husqvarna auto mower living outside for 5 years, and I never once brought it in for winter. I've just left it outside and it was fine. Now, past practices do not equal future performance, or whatever that saying is. That doesn't guarantee my Luba won't have any problems, but I'm not the kind of person to worry about it. I know I kind of make everybody nervous when I suggest spraying Luba off. They're like, Duck, what did you do? I think that's back to where it was. How did you do that, buddy? Now I don't know what I was saying. Thanks for watching this wintertime storage update. I hope this answered all your questions. It probably got a little bit long, but what can I do? That was a lot of instructions coming from emotion. There's not really any ground-shattering information here, just kind of basic common sense stuff. Take care of your Luba, and it will last you for seasons to come. Thanks for watching this episode, and I will see y'all in the next one.